Yeah, we're still evaluating some of these guys right now. As it relates to Kevin, it's a stinger. So we'll continue to move forward and continue to evaluate as we go through the week here.
And is Coleman in the concussion protocol, or he had a head injury?
Who was that?
It was
Kurt Coleman.
Kurt.
That was Johnson you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a stinger. Okay, gotcha.
Sorry.
It's all right.
How about with the shoulder?
Yeah,
That was right.
shoulder. Yeah. So we'll see how it is the rest of the week here. Yeah. Right.
Sean, we've seen the offense have some inconsistencies within the games early this season. From looking at the tape, was there anything different in the first half of this past game than the inconsistencies you've seen maybe when things have struggled previously?
No, listen, our whole team, we have a lot of work to do. This week is another week for us to continue to improve, work on our fundamentals, our discipline, as it relates to penalties, our tackling, our catching the football, our blocking, getting off blocks, executing at a higher level, and we had opportunities in the game. I thought in the first couple of drives we drove the football. We need to score 7 in those drives in particular. So we got a week of work ahead of us here.
Coach, you had a committee at the nickel spot, with Taryn out, Taryn's back. I know you were working him and Kevin in there yesterday, but are you pleasantly surprised by what that committee group has given you in the time that they've been rotated through, and how do you anticipate you deploying people going forward in that role?
Yeah, we'll just see overall in terms of how we deployed, our resources week to week and who we use and in what spots. I've been pleased that when you look at what Saran Neal was able to do in that role early on, and then Dean Marlowe as well as Kevin and now Taryn. So I think Jimmy Salgado has done a really good job of getting them ready to go week to week.
How's Matt Milano looking after missing the game? How do you look coming in this morning?
Yeah, we'll see. I didn't have a chance to directly touch base with Matt, but we'll monitor him day to day this week and see how he does.
John, I don't think you're going to, there's no point apologizing for a 5-1 record. But is there a concern that the development that this team has showed, or maybe lack of development this team has showed in some areas, could catch up to it when it faces more elite opponents, and it can't get away with making some of the mistakes that it's made against state in the past?
Yeah, that's why we've got a lot of work to do this week. A lot of things, as you saw in the game, that we've got to get cleaned up this week as we move forward and look to try and play better football against a good opponent this week in Philadelphia. And that's 2 years or just a year and a half or so off the Super Bowl and defending Super Bowl champs.
What does it say about this team that they are winning games despite still not necessarily playing consistent football for all 4 quarters?
Yeah, I think overall it's a sign of the toughness of our football team, the heart of our football team, and I think it really, to me, it personifies this town in a lot of ways, and the people of Buffalo, and the fans of the Buffalo Bills, really, and our players take that to heart. They really do.
In Josh's 6 games in his 17 games in his career where he hasn't thrown an interception, he's 5-1. How, from that perspective, evaluating the tape, how effective and efficient was he yesterday in taking care of the ball?
I thought he played a clean game for the most part. He made a really good play on the ball that got batted up in the first quarter there, and that was maybe a game-changing type of play. Just a smart play by Josh. I thought the line did a pretty good job of protecting him, giving him time, and then he made plays with his arm and was going through his reads, and so when necessary, or if and when necessary, he used his feet, which was good to see. And so I thought he was smart with the football, and we were able to take the ball away a couple times there, and then on special teams as well as offense, I thought we played with good ball security.
Cody got a pretty big chunk of the snaps yesterday. How is your confidence level growing in him as he develops?
Yeah, You know, it's growing. It really is, and not that it was low before. It was never low, and a lot with our young players. They're going to continue to go through highs and lows. That's the nature of being a young player in this league, and they have to weather that mentally and remain steadfast in their confidence and in their habits during the week. We're counting on a lot of young players, and at this point in the season, they're no longer rookies. So they've got to continue to double down on their process and their preparation because we're counting on them.
Do you feel you're running the ball enough?
Well, we're going to do whatever it takes to win by game plan. You know, I know when we've run it, we've had some good runs, and I like some of the things we're doing.
How did you feel Tyler Croft played his first game out there?
I think overall, it was good to see Tyler get his first game under his belt in just about over a year, give or take there, and he's worked extremely hard. And our players, the team really rallied around him. There's a lot of lonely moments when you rehab like that for as long as he did, and he's a mentally tough young man with great family support and then great support from his teammates. And I think the players got a lift from having him out there. And so now it's how do we take it from game one and build on it this week?
How important are those deep, long pass plays to the overall effectiveness for an offense?
Well, I mean, you want to be able to move the ball, whether it's through the air or on the ground, and sometimes it's chunk plays, sometimes it's more of a methodical approach. And so, you know, we had a couple yesterday, and we'll see moving forward, you know, what part of the passing game we need to do to win a football game.
You need to complete those plays for them to be effective, or can just the mere thought of doing it or doing it in the game help things just as effectively?
Probably a better question for the opposing defensive coordinator. Overall, you know, probably Coach Schwartz this week, but you know, I just think that obviously executing at a high level is important for our offense. Yeah.
You mentioned the Eagles aren't too far removed from winning a Super Bowl. How dangerous can a team, you know, they're not having quite the year that they expected to have. They're kind of in almost a desperate situation. How dangerous can a team like that be, especially as experienced as they are?
Yeah, I mean, they've got a veteran team with a lot of experience up front. They do a really good job, excuse me, up front with their offensive line play, well coached. You know, Coach Stalin, one of the best in the league, if not the best coach up front. They've got an experienced quarterback and experienced players around him. And then defensively, they got a front that's too deep that any defensive coordinator in the league would love to have any one of them, really, just in terms of how deep they are up front and with their secondary as well, with Malcolm Jenkins and what he brings to the table. Extremely smart player, does a lot of coordinating what they do back there. Got a lot of respect for him as well.
Sean, Jerry, the hustle play he made to pick up the football, that's a defensive end, getting back there to that level. Which can you kind of speak to just always having the mindset of going to the football no matter where it is? You know, I know you run drills and things like that, pursuit drills, stuff like that, but just having that mentality to always do it. Yeah,
I mean, it's a habit, and it's a fundamental, really, and we stress it. It's one thing to stress it and coach it. It's another thing for the players to do it, and they take a lot of pride in doing it. You see it out of practice, and that's I think one of the refreshing parts of the game, or just coaching overall, just being a teacher, is when you see a player take what we talk about in the classroom or in practice and apply it to the game, and that's what you want to do.
Dawson, with kind of a tough drop there on that one drive, he's made a lot of big plays as he's developed here, but what do you say to him, you know, as a coaching staff to try to develop in some of those clutch situations? Yeah,
we remain confident in Dawson. As I mentioned before, young players are going to have ups and downs. All players are going to have ups and downs. We have those as coaches as well, and it's what you do with them. It's what you learn from those scars, because that's the important piece as you develop. That you've got to use those moments to help build you as you move forward.
How good does it feel to be 5-1?
It feels good. It feels good, but we're not where we need to be, and so the process continues in terms of our work. I know the players just they wrapped up about within the last hour, and so it's important that we learn from that tape, and then the coaches are moving on to Philadelphia and a good opponent this week, a real good opponent.
A lot of guys around the building always talk about what Pat DeMarco brings to the table as a leader. What was it like to see him get a little bit involved
Yeah, real good. You know, Pat's one of our leaders. You know, kind of one of our lieutenants out there that I really count on him for his voice, his feel for the team, and the intangibles that he brings to the table, as well as his play on the field. I thought Josh did a good job of getting him the ball underneath there early in the game. He broke a tackle and made a big game for us. So nice to see him get involved in the run and pass game. And he's a guy that I think if you polled most of our players, they'd tell you that probably one of the more favorite guys, more favorite teammates across the board on the team.
Sean, what went into the decision to make Robert Foster inactive?
Just, again, game plan, who we feel like is going to give us the best opportunity to win the game.
How'd you feel like Devin Singletary came through the game, first action since?
Yeah, I think overall, again, Matt, with the guys who are coming back, whether it's Tyler, asked about earlier, or Devin in this case, and some of the other guys who hadn't played for some weeks, I think they've knocked the rust off a little bit and then can use that week to build from.